Good evening, everybody. This is the review for Belle Collective, Season 1, Episode 7, Sistervention. How you guys doing? Um, we open up the show with Antoinette and Latrice going to hang out with Kaylon. I swear, I don't know who doing all of the editing. I don't know who was doing the casting. Oh, and their friend, I like her, Melanie. She was along with them. They were going because Kaylon is going to some ranch. It looks like some farm. She's trying to purchase a goat. Yeah, that's some southern stuff. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, ooh, I'm gonna take my bun down. Sorry. Anyway, they go out to this farm, um, and they all got on heels and cute clothes, like they're going to a club instead of or a bar. They didn't look like they were going to a farm, so I don't know how that happened. But she gave them some rubber boots to walk around in, and they kikied and talked and looked for a goat. Then Antoinette leaves from there, and I'm gonna give y'all this, up front. I ain't feeling Antoinette no more. I don't give a damn if she from the Midwest. I don't give a damn if she from Michigan, my own hometown, my home state. She's annoying, and her pushing. I get it. Maybe it's some pressures from work or whatever, but her pushing this Kaylon thing on everybody, bitch, we don't want to talk about Kaylon no more. Get it together. So anyway, let's move on. She ended up having a date with a gentleman that she met on an Africa trip she took after her divorce. It seems like her and this guy is kind of getting along really good. So again, I'm gonna have to find a real deep dive into her marriage because I don't understand this whole situation. How long ago was the marriage? Was it just before we started filming? Because this is dumb. Oh, yeah. And Miss Antoinette, don't get it twisted. I peeped that Kia that you spoken. Since you running around here talking all that shit about this $1 million you invested in a fucking dental office. You should have went and got a building that was already retrofitted as a dentist office and then built out on that. A whole build up of brick and mortar is stupid. Anyway, um, after her dinner or whatever, we move on to Marie, who has the therapist that her and her son are going to over to the house to discuss with not just him, but himself and his his children's mothers. Two of the mothers were there. Baby mama 1 and 3 were there, and they were discussing Marie's health declining as well as quit calling me, call him first, and then let him contact me for help with your kids, which should have been the case in the first damn place. I didn't understand that for my own self, so that's me. Um, he did have a moment where he, understands about his mom's health and all of these things. So I'm happy that he's getting something out of these exercises and whatever with the therapist. It sounds like he's on a path to getting his act together. But hell, you're 21. So, while you out here screwing 3 different people, you should have known better. So anyway, um, then after that, Essie, her girlfriend, because that Essie act more like a man, her man than her husband, comes over and they discuss how the husband didn't show up and she was so hurt by that. And Essie was like, it's time for him to go. If he can't show up when you need him, you were in the hospital, blah, 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 whoop de whoop. Um, I just feel like this, whatever facade y'all got going on, he's clearly not really there. So I don't understand what's going on. It's you and Essie, y'all together. That's your woman, boyfriend, whatever, your spouse. So I really believe it's time for that little facade to be gone on and moved on. Then we get Tambra on her date. And I laugh because even like I said, my honey do the same thing. He be like, I don't want to talk about no broads, please. What else you got? And I understand. But I was happy that he was like, go ahead, let me get on here, get it off your chest. And she got to tell him what's going on with her friends. Then she discussed their relationship. And so it seems like either they're going to eventually get back together, which I don't understand that whole situation. Y'all were dating for so long. That sounds like a high school relationship that went terribly bad when she finally got her career off the ground. So maybe both of them have changed a little bit. We'll see. Excuse me. Not Marie, sorry. Tambra decides to have the ladies over to discuss. Oh, sorry. Lateisha, I missed that part. I think that was the very first scene. I'm not sure. Maybe second. Lateisha went to visit the councilman. One, to apologize for her friends, as well as find out about the roadblock she's having. And he expressed to her what happened, and Tambra told him, I've been doing these for 5 years. That was the first time for that. He was like, well, it's coming up that is saying that was awful and the reputation that it was giving. So hopefully she can get that back on track. Now, I'm not sure how long these brunches has been going on, but your host needs to also, your hostess who's emceeing, she needs to be a little bit better. Like I said, that conversation at the second one shouldn't have even started. The moment you saw the white chick sitting in there, you should have understood then you were in the wrong. Y'all shouldn't even brought that racism conversation up. That wasn't the one to do. So that's that. But so let's now we can fast forward to the last portion of the show, which was Tambra having Antoinette, Latrice, and Melanie over her house and inviting Lateisha. Now, one thing I did like, finally they found a nice wig for Lateisha. Child. Whew. Her and Antoinette was going back and forth with the worst wigs ever. Anyway, Lateisha comes in. Well, they discuss about making things right uh, in their eyes regarding Fair Street and the roadblocks and blah, blah, blah. And that's when both Latrice and Antoinette tried to go in on Tambra about Marie. And she was like, well, ain't nobody gonna help because, her girl, she ride hard for her girl and blah, blah, blah. Okay, and I understand that. This is about something totally different. This ain't got nothing to do with that. But as they were talking, Lateisha pulls up and Tambra gives her a glass of wine and tell her to come in. So as she's sitting there, she finally figures out, oh, this is about me. So they all kind of like run it down about how Marie is this bad apple and, they can't understand why she's still dealing with her. And I loved, you talking about loved the moment that both Antoinette and Latrice had egg on their face. I'm sorry for all y'all fans for these two. And I actually like both of them. At one point, well, Antoinette, I'm done with her. But I'm happy that finally somebody gathered them two together. Because, again, y'all were in the wrong. Y'all sat up at someone else's function, which was Antoinette's, and talk trash about not only Marie but Lateisha, but now you want me to go and reprimand Marie or kick her to the curb, and I'm with her. I'm that person. I'm not about to give up somebody I know got my back in any given situation for you frowsy ass bitches who running around here not trying to be nice to me. You talking shit behind my back. You dogging my, my brand. So you really believe that I should sit there and see? It was funny because she was like, "We didn't do all that," and they was like, "Well, that ain't the word on the curb." Now I loved how she showed it, and they showed the flashbacks. Antoinette, I'm still annoyed with you because you still have not checked Kaylon properly. And you didn't have to do it for a room full of people. You could have said, "Look at baby girl. Now, yeah, what Marie did was wrong, but what you did was wrong as well. You didn't have to take it there." When she said, "Okay," you could have just said, "You know what? I thought this was about, me expressing myself. I'm sorry." But Antoinette needs to tell Kaylon what you doing, and you out here doing, you moving funky. Because what she said at that Sage thing, you were just as in the wrong. You were more in the wrong because you shouldn't even open your mouth about Marie. After the incident, you should have been saying, "You know what, you guys, I came out of my pocket. I shouldn't have never even engaged with her. When I figured out, oh, she's kind of mean spirited, I shouldn't have even engaged with her." That's how Kaylon should have taken that. But for her to go into that whole, oh, removing earrings and taking off shoes, that stereotypical ass conversation pissed me off. So I'm not feeling Antoinette, because if you keep falling into that pattern, I'm going to say you the same as a lot of other boot licking white wannabe black girls out here, and I don't have the energy for it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Tambra's, but I'm happy Tambra checked her ass in her house. Don't sit here and tell me that I'm wrong for telling my friend what y'all bitches was saying. And I know that's what that conversation had got to, because she sat there when she went in and said, "Oh, they can meet at a convenience store and have that same energy. They ain't had nothing to do with my brunch." I'm happy that Lateisha told all of them. Don't try to act like you want me to sit up here and say, "Well, I ain't gonna deal with Marie no more because I want y'all friendship." One, one of you bitches is in debt because your little hospital ain't gonna be up and running like you think it is for your sip and see. So beyond the other chick, I don't know what you talking about. I'm not about to ditch somebody who writing checks off rip just off me asking. And you want me to beg y'all. I'm one of them people. Maybe that's one of the reasons my success is slow going. But I'm not begging you. No, I tell people this all the time. Don't ask me to beg or grovel for your friendship or whatever. Even with apologies, if I suffer the consequence to apologize, be happy that I did it. But if you feel like I didn't do it in the way in which you wanted me to apologize, buddy, you're gonna be a mad motherfucker. So as Antoinette and Tambra gets into this big ordeal about speaking and who can talk and what they can say, and the black racism, colorism, stupidity conversation came up. You can tell that that whole little scene was chopped and screwed, so I didn't understand the edit on that. But Antoinette told Latrice that she wanted to talk to her alone. I think she wanted to leave. But you can kind of tell that Antoinette is the small fish, and Latrice is the big fish, because they didn't leave the house. They went in another room to talk. And that's when she tells Latrice that, "I'm losing, I'm scared because I'm out here by myself. I don't have my husband to fall back on. I'm putting all my money on the line." So again, like I said, you never know what other people's background or what they're going through may steer them. But that was what Antoinette's issues is. So maybe she's trying to keep the white girl around. Maybe she thinks she has family money that can invest in her project if things fail. Maybe that's why she follows up behind Latrice. Who knows? But Antoinette, I'm gonna need you to get a backbone in there, baby girl, cause you getting on my nerve with this crap you pulling right here. So that is Belle Collective. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will see y'all next week. Bye.